Hello and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live watch along of this evening's UEFA Champions League between Borussia Monchengladbach and Manchester City. And no, we're not heading to Germany for this one. Sadly, COVID has changed the script for tonight. It's at the Puskas Arena, which is in Hungary. And of course, this is kind of a neutral game, really. It's not at Monchengladbach's ground at Borussia Park, as it's known, and it's going to be in Hungary instead. But of course, Manchester City still haven't won the Champions League, and they certainly have a great chance of doing it this year, especially when you look at the form that they're in. 25 games unbeaten, and I think they're all wins as well in all competitions. Which, if that is the case, that is absolutely bloody mental. I'm with Conor Porter, Adam Davies and Joe Stanley for tonight's stream. Conor, this is your first watch along. How do you feel?
Tired because I've been working all day, but yeah, I'm looking forward to the game. Manchester City in the knockout stages is always interesting given their history. And under Guardiola as well, yet to get past the quarterfinals. But Borussia Monchengladbach are going to be a difficult test today. But as far as I'm aware as well, they haven't really been playing too decent in the Bundesliga recently. I'm sure that you'll be able to give us more information about that. But City, on the other hand, have been playing lights out in the Premier League in all comps. I think it's 18 wins on the bounce now. So, yeah, I think if you're going to ask me for any sort of prediction, I think City's going to win, and it could be quite convincingly.
Oh dear. Joe, it's one of those games where really on paper City should get the job done, but we've seen them in the knockout stages before where they can slip up, especially against Lyon last season. They've clearly got to make a statement in this first round if they are going to be the favourites to win the Champions League.
Yeah, obviously Manchester City have been dominating in the league, and then not really in the past, haven't really done well in Europe, have they? Let's be honest. Like you said, last year everyone expected them when the competition was knocked down to one leg and was played in Lisbon. Last year everyone expected Manchester City to go all the way. I didn't personally myself, but hey, people expected City to be in the final, but they didn't. They failed against Lyon, and this year they've got a tough test in Mönchengladbach. I do think City are the favourites for this one. And I think Pep Guardiola was brought in to Manchester City to win the Champions League. And obviously he signed that new contract last year, I think? A couple of months back?
It was only a few months ago,
a few months back. So he signed that new contract and he'd be determined to win Manchester City their maiden Champions League title.
Adam, hope you're well. Your mic is off at the moment. Oh, no, it isn't. It isn't anymore. Adam, how are you feeling about this one?
Well, if for Man City, I'm not a Man City fan, but if I was a Man City fan, I'd be feeling much more confident side going into this game. Obviously, Monchengladbach haven't had that decent form in the Champions League recently, only winning 2 in their last home games in the Champions League.
Should have beaten Real Madrid, though, until the last minute.
Should have beaten Real Madrid, but they have, in theory, only won 2 of their last home games. So, in theory, that will go into Manchester City's favour. I know you're saying it's neutral ground with it being in Amsterdam. Budapest, sorry. But obviously, I still think Man City will be going into this more the confident team, having won 18 games in a row. And obviously, I think they'll win this game today.
Okay, so I tell you what, let's get scoreline predictions from all of you for this first leg. We're going to put it on the live chat page, and then when it's full time, we're going to look back and see who got it right. Conor, let's start off with you. What's your scoreline for tonight?
I'm going to go 2-0 City.
2-0 City. What are you going to go for, Joe?
3-1 City, unfortunately.
Oh dear. What's going on, lads? You're making it so one-sided at the moment. I don't like this. Adam, what are you going for?
Well, Monchengladbach have scored in each of their last defeats, according to my stats. So I am going to go for I'm going to go with Joe. I'm going to go for a 3-1 City.
3-1 City. So that's 3-1 from Adam and Joe. Conor with 2-0. I guess I should be realistic. You know what? I'm going to say 1-0 Gladbach. I'm not expecting that. I'm just going to go with my heart, not my brain. But I think if Monchengladbach can avoid an away goal, they've got some chance going back to Man City, the empty head. But we'll see what happens. But anyway, it looks as though they're ready to go. Of course, some of our streams are a bit behind than the others. I'm most likely behind. Oh dear, that's a bit awkward seeing one of the Gladbach players run when they're trying to do the kneel. It was kind of like, oh yeah, oh, forgot about that bit. I'm just about ready to go. So, I forgot to tell Joe, Adam and Conor before kick-off that our streams will probably all be in different times. So whoever's ahead, feel free to shout when there's a goal.
I've just hit the minute mark on mine.
Oh, have you?
I'm 58 minute now.
I've just gone past the minute. I'm about a minute and a half in.
Brilliant.
Yeah, a minute and 5 seconds.
I'm on 18, so 18 minutes. So I'm way ahead. I can see into the future. And of course, people who are watching our watch along, they're probably wondering, where's that crowd noise coming from? Well, if you actually look closely, there is fans in the stands wearing red seats, and they're just trying to trick you. There are fans there, I'm sure there is. I'm absolutely certain of that. Marco Rose, of course, Joe, it's his second game since he got announced as Borussia Dortmund manager. Do you feel as though Dortmund have made the right call on that one?
Yeah, I think they made the right appointment. It's just a bit bizarre that the circumstances that they sacked Lucien Favre a few months back, and then they've taken this long to announce him as their new manager. Obviously, he's not taking over until next season. I think we've discussed it in the past, me, you and Seb, that you would have just kept him on, Lucien Favre, to the end of the season instead of just sacking him, putting, I can't remember the name of the lad that's in charge now, but the lad that's in caretaker charge in, and then announcing now that they're getting Rosery next season. It's the right appointment for the club. Let's not have, which I've just said, let's not doubt that, and you can't stress that enough that they've made a great appointment. But everything, timing-wise, seems a bit weird.
Yeah, I didn't really understand all that, to be honest with you.
It can't help much at Gladbach even, knowing that their manager's on the way out.
Well, it's just like, I'm glad Monchengladbach have kept until the end of the season, because it'd be a shame not to have a crack with this squad in a Champions League knockout game, which he hasn't done with this team yet. But I do think it's a shame, what Dortmund did, really, because I feel like because of their decision over Lucien, they may have just lost a bit of more money for next season because of maybe not getting Champions League. And of course, the fact that Haaland and Sancho's price tags may go a lot lower if they don't get Champions League. So it's a shame, but they could still get themselves back into Champions League if they can get some wins going. But Frankfurt and Wolfsburg, for example, have been awesome so far, especially Frankfurt. They're now third, and they beat Bayern Munich last weekend, which Bayern Munich beat Lazio 4-1 last night, which I must admit I was expecting a closer game, but it certainly wasn't away from home. Of course, there is another game tonight, Real Madrid-Atalanta. And if you're wondering as well, we do have the lineups on the bottom of our screen. If you wanted to know who the substitutes are, they're in the description below.
I mean, there was rumours that De Bruyne was been starting today, wasn't there? But obviously he didn't end up starting.
You know what's annoying, Adam? He's on the thumbnail as well.
Yeah.
It's the gamble you've got to take, Jamie.
It is.
Gamble you've got to take.
He tricked me, the bastard.
I'll ring him later and have a word.
Oh yeah, he'll be getting a nasty WhatsApp message.
Words will be said.
He'll be getting a nasty WhatsApp message. And it says he's online now, actually, because he's sitting on the bench. Lazy bastard.
It's quite a nice stage in the Puskas Arena. I'm quite surprised. I don't know what the capacity is, but I'm surprised if it doesn't host a European final at some point in the coming years.
I think...
I reckon we should all break into song and go mild and bulletin test.
I'd missed that. What was that, Adam?
That George Jessel one.
George Jessel, what's that song?
Budapest.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, nobody got that one.
Dear me.
I'm not a fan of George Ezra. I don't think he can sing really.
No,
I think he mumbles down the microphone.
Yeah, I have to kind of agree with Joe. We're agreeing on a lot of things tonight, Joe. I don't like this.
What from the scoreline?
Liverpool and United coming together.
No, don't ever say that. Don't ever say that.
Just for once.
It's like Ned Flanders and Homer Simpson being friends for once. Wait, that did happen.
He's just had a chance to go out for a corner.
Sterling, this captain's a bit of a stranger. What on earth?
Oh, shot from the save.
Guardiola's blazer's a bit weird.
He's wearing a blazer?
He's got a massive Man City badge on the back of the blazer. He turned around, it's like one of those fans that you see, die-hard fans with a tattoo on his back.
I've seen recently he's been wearing this grey hoodie, which looks like something he's just picked up before he left the house.
Probably was.
Good pressing from Manchester City here.
Conor, who's impressed you the most for Man City during this form that they've been in? Is it Gundogan or somebody else?
Well, I think Gundogan's stepped up for the vast majority of the season, especially when Kevin De Bruyne picked up his injury and missed a couple of games.
Yeah.
But obviously, the man that a lot of people have been talking about in the media and fans in general is, of course, Phil Foden. He's playing extremely well. He actually had a nice shot there, and he's been brilliant for him. Played extremely well in the Liverpool game, which a lot of people got even more attention from before. And it should just carry on for him, I reckon. I think he's good enough to hopefully get into the England team, but it's going to be a very close competition for those places in midfield.
Yeah.
But we'll have to wait and see. But overall, for me, in this spell of I think it's 18 games they've gone undefeated. Phil Foden's been brilliant and a real joy to watch. And I think he deserves to be in the England squad, but it's going to be difficult because you got a lot of players that's playing a similar position to him. Like Maddison and Grealish in those spots. Potential, it might be a long shot, but Dele Alli, if he can get his form going and get some game time with Tottenham. But for me, I would have Phil Foden in that squad for the European Championships, and he's impressed me over the last couple of games. So.
We've had. I was going to say, yeah, with Phil Foden.
I was going to ask you actually. I was going to ask you. I just noticed for the vast majority of the opening 8 minutes or so, Borussia Dortmund have been playing quite deep and really like 10 men behind the ball. Do they usually play that?
The thing is with Monchengladbach, they don't turn up.
Oh yeah, sorry, I said Dortmund. Sorry.
Oh, did you? Oh, sorry, I missed that. Different game, Conor. Switch channel. To be honest, Monchengladbach, they're known for pressing a lot higher, but only late on in matches I've noticed recently. The problem I have with Monchengladbach is they don't get out until later on in the game. They did this against Dortmund and Bayern Munich, and they beat both of them. But they were after being 2-0 down in both of those games, if I can remember. The problem I have with Monchengladbach is that they're lacking a bit of firepower up front at the moment, which is why I'm a bit surprised Thuram is on the bench, which, if anyone wondered about him recently, you might have seen on the news that he was banned for a bit because he spat on a player. That ban, of course, is now gone. It's been gone for a few weeks now, which is... He actually, on his return match, he scored. And despite everything he did, I just still celebrated and danced and everything and thought, he did just spit on someone recently. Oh, we all make mistakes. Yeah, it was a good goal. It was a good header against Dortmund that day.
I was looking as well at the Puskas Arena and any upcoming games that they've got. So obviously they're scheduled to host some European Championship matches.
Yes.
And then they've got a game against a World Cup qualifier against England in September, Hungary versus England in September. And then also they'll be hosting the UEFA Cup, the Europa League final in May 2023. So
nice.
A lot of things coming up for the stadium, and it looks like a very nice stadium.
I think it hosted the Super Cup last year between Bayern Munich and Sevilla, and it's funny, you see it now where some cities, even if it's not the actual ground, it's a different. Let's say Cardiff has got 2 grounds. I know Cardiff had the Super Cup in 2014, but it was at the Cardiff City Stadium, which was, you'd have thought it would have been at the Millennium, but it wasn't. But I've noticed with UEFA, they've had a lot of Super Cup games recently in different cities ahead of them hosting a bigger event for UEFA. So maybe there's a pattern there to just get used to having a certain number of people.
It was only opened in like a couple of years ago, wasn't it? The stadium itself.
I think you're right.
It's only a couple of years old.
Because it doesn't. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I don't know, but yeah, it's not an arena familiar to what we know of other stadiums.
November 2019 it was opened.
Oh, same birth month.
First match was Hungary versus Uruguay.
Oh, really?
And Uruguay won that game 2-1.
So, did they sell the stadium afterwards? I would
No.
have if I lost my first game. I'd have gone, it's not our home, is it? It's clearly not our fortress. Build another one. I remember England's first ever game at the new Wembley was against Brazil. And we were about to beat them, and then not Ronaldo, some Brazilian scored on the last minute. Bastards.
Oh, is it Fred?
Might have been. I can't remember. It was 2007, I think.
Not Fred as in your Fred. I mean,
The other
What,
one.
the one who disappeared? Or?
yeah.
Yeah, the one who disappeared. Joe, this is so random. I go on YouTube, and then the fret level midnight turns up on my suggestions, which I haven't watched yet. It's 24 minutes long though.
What? That's the one I
I've
shared in the
just
WhatsApp group the other day.
Yeah, I need to
Just
still
been,
see it.
Looking up at a few stats, and the last time Monchengladbach ever beat Man City was in a knockout stage at home, and they beat them 4-2.
What year was that? Sorry, Adam.
That was in
2013.
the 77-78 season.
Oh, blimey.
So, technically...
So most of the people are either dead or retired.
I was never retired.
I think they definitely not played since, Adam.
Am I wrong with that year date?
I'm sure Monchengladbach played City a couple of years ago, but it might have been the group stages.
Yeah, I think it was group stages. I'm sure it was 3 or 4 years ago. I might be wrong though. Phil Foden though, Conor with Phil.
They beat them. They beat Man City 4-2, but lost to Liverpool.
Oh,
4-2
fuck's
in the
sake!
semis.
Why did they? You can lose to City, but not Liverpool.
There you go.
Our friends Monchengladbach, we beat them in the UEFA Cup final in '73, and we beat them in the European Cup final in '77.
I think because Mönchengladbach have won the Europa League 3 times, and I think, or was it twice? What am I saying? They and I think they were defending it when you beat them. I might be wrong.
Yeah. In '73, I believe.
Yeah,
the
and they
first
won
time
in
we
'72.
the European Cup, European Trophy. Sorry, not European Cup, European Trophy. And then '77 was the first time we won the European Cup.
Luke Tanner is asking me a question. He's saying, "Hey Jamie, would you rather Liverpool win the Champions League or City complete the quadruple?" Oof. That's easy. I mean, as much as I'd hate to see it as well, Liverpool win the Champions League because that's just they've done it before. So City to complete the quadruple, that would be horrible because we'll never hear the end of it. It'd be just like, we never stopped talking about 99, so they'll talk about 21.
Well, you stopped talking about it then, won't you?
That's the annoying thing. It's like it's one thing that we're holding on to at the moment.
Yeah, good opportunity for City breaking through Sterling in the penalty area. Oh, tackle from behind. Good tackle though. Nice clean tackle from behind.
Nice. Yeah, they won't get a goal tonight, City. I hope.
To be honest, I just think Monchengladbach has been giving the ball away too easily. They've been passing. It's been like, amateur mode on FIFA, where they just give it away.
Can't be that bad.
If they go in the box, it's knocking around the box. It's going to be a clean shot. No, just pinging around a little bit, and it's come back out again.
Was that a City opportunity, Adam?
That City opportunity again. I just think it's just going to be City all afternoon, to be honest.
All afternoon? Oh.
Or all evening.
It's 8:15. I hope it's not that early.
It's afternoon somewhere, Jamie.
Good, yeah, that's a good backup. Because, I mean, Adam, what do you think of neutral venues in the Champions League? Because I understand there's restrictions, you know, for example, from England you can't go to Germany or Spain. Obviously with here, City have to go to Hungary to play Monchengladbach instead of going to Germany. But do you not think they could have just found ways to make it happen still? And, you know, they're not going to be in contact with anybody else. They're going to be in quarantine and all that. Do you think they could have sorted that out?
In all due fairness, it all depends, because you don't want to be wrecking everything, because at the moment Britain is just coming out of the COVID rules and regulations, and you don't want to be hindering that fact where the likes to the football can start to go back to normal and crowds can start to be coming back in, and the younger generation can start to play that football. So you don't want to be stopping that and risking that by potential of, even if you're bringing over teams from different countries, to say, oh, well, you can't have it in that country. Oh, well, yeah, we'll take you over to the home country, we'll take you over to Manchester. There's different aspects. You've got to be very, very careful. I know this vaccine is giving us hope. It's been very, very good, very well rolled out. You've got to be very careful still. You've got to take it very careful, take it easy, still keep yourself straight, still be very, very careful with how you do things. I know it's a pain, and you just got to keep on following the rules and regulations.
Joe, what do you think?
Well, there's talk that the second legs, so Liverpool's first leg was played at the Puskas Arena against Leipzig. There's talk that the second leg could be played there again, the same with City's, because obviously they can't fly to England, can they? They're the German clubs.
Oh.
So there's talk that they could be playing the other legs at a neutral venue as well. So I don't know.
I mean, it's funny because I mean, obviously Europa League's a bit different at the moment. They're playing the two legs within a week. So tomorrow night, Real Sociedad go to Old Trafford after they had to play their home game in Turin. So it just seems a bit unfair, doesn't it? Really. I just think there should be a neutral venue for both legs.
Yeah.
And don't have away goals.
Borussia Monchengladbach had a good opportunity breaking down the right.
Yeah, Walker managed to get back to get
Oh, I'm just seeing it now.
It was a nice ball into the penalty area by number 18, whoever number 18 is for Monchengladbach. I don't have a team sheet up. Lainer, I think his name is. Yeah. On the right.
That's the problem with having Cancelo in the middle of the park. I mean, he's good, very good in the middle of the park, but it's leaving that gap, and if you push forward, it's going to expose it. So if they take that risk and they go forward, they will expose it. You just got to take that risk. So on the first touch, Cancelo hasn't got that first touch. I don't believe he's got as good a first touch as some of the others in the midfield. Not as good as the first touch as certainly Phil Foden and all that lot.
Well, Cancelo mainly plays in the defence.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So as a left back, you're never going to have that as good as the first touch as Bernardo Silva or So if you can hinder that and just press on him, then you might just manage to find that gap in that midfield. But it's just you just got to work at it.
Tell you what, Jamie, you can see into the future because we're 19 minutes in and it's 0-0.
What can I say? I do like the black away kit.
Jamie Davies, Doctor Who.
Yeah. Knock knock. Oh, we'll leave that joke out then.
Yeah.
Who's there?
I'm not going to get sucked into that one.
Who's there?
Of course, Conor mentioned he needed to look for the team sheet before. It's right at the bottom of our screen, lads. Folks at home as well, boys and girls.
Not the numbers next to the names. That's what I was looking for.
It's not like that.
Not that technical. I haven't reached that stage yet. The budget hasn't got there yet. give it another year and we'll be there.
Once YouTube actually start giving us money.
If only OBS didn't have a limit on the lines, it's so annoying.
We need a Patreon page, that's what we need.
Like,
Anybody wants to donate?
Well, who's ready to take their clothes off? I'm not.
No,
Bam,
we're halfway through the first half, and I think City have been quite dominant with the way that they've been playing at the moment, possessional-wise. But Borussia Dortmund have been playing pretty decent in terms of their really low block and just stopping City from finding any gaps besides the Sterling opportunity. And you know, when they get into that penalty area as well, as you mentioned a couple of minutes ago, Adam, Borussia Monchengladbach's players just flurried onto Sterling and Gabriel Jesus and stopped the attack completely and managed to get rid. So Borussia Monchengladbach's playing really good defence so far in this game.
That's good. I mean, what would you say is a good result tonight, Conor, for Monchengladbach?
Potentially 0-0. That would probably be the best result. After that, it will be a score draw. But I think they can't really hope for anything more than that. If they can get a sneaky win, then by all means go for it. But City are playing so well at the moment that it would be a real shock if they were to walk away from this game from anything else but a win for City. So I think I still, even after the opening 22 minutes, I still think City are going to find a way to win this game. But the best result I think Monchengladbach can have is a
low drive across. And it just got cleared.
There's already been a sending off in the other Champions League game, and that's Atalanta. I can't see which player it is, but it looks as though they're going to...
Freuler.
Oh dear. That's goalless as well, and...
Just saw that cross into the area, Adam, from Bernardo Silva. Very nice low-driven cross towards. I think it was Gabriel Jesus near the penalty spot.
Yeah.
Just a bit unfortunate, really, that the defender was in front of him. But still, City is still quite high with their pressing attack. But I think I counted, is it eight Borussia Dortmund players plus the goalkeeper behind the ball, which is quite significant considering they're on their 16-yard box. Like even now pushing towards the halfway line, that defensive block is hardly moving at all. Phil Foden's got loads of space, just passed it down to Bernardo Silva on the left, and it's just simple passing football for City, just looking and waiting for the opportunities to arise. And good opportunity now for Borussia Monchengladbach to go on the counter, but
it looks pretty obvious what we're seeing.
You would have thought then they would have gone on the counter, but they kind of like slowed it down a little bit.
Borussia Gladbach's got a free kick in the Man City half. Whether they can pump this one straight into Man City's box, I'm not sure. But
into the net, Adam. Into the net.
into the net. Quick, take it quickly. They have done, but it's going back. But
Stupid
I didn't mean it. Didn't mean take it quickly.
Stupid foul on the halfway line by Laporte on Hofmann.
Hofmann's been a good play this season, I must admit.
Jamie, who's the one Borussia Monchengladbach player that you think would adapt well in the Premier League?
Neuhaus, straight away. He's actually been linked to Liverpool and Man City, so I mean Neuhaus has probably been their best player this season. He's still young. I think he's only 24. I think Hofmann's not a bad player. Stindl, I would have said Stindl, but I think, how old is Stindl now? I don't know. I think he's the captain. Let me just double check. He is, he's 32, so he won't be going anywhere. Those are the two best players who I think will be gone this summer, especially after now Marco Rose has left.
Nice over the top ball, but just ran a bit too far and it went into the arms of Ederson. But
I've always
good opportunity there for Gladbach.
See, I really like Jan Sommer, the goalkeeper, but I think he's 32, 33, and I've always said I'd like to see him in the Premier League, but Seb has always argued to me he's too small. But he's got great reflexes. I'd like to see him in the Prem, but he's probably too old for that now. He's got some experience, that goalkeeper.
We'll have him on the bench.
Wait, this is it. I actually think for a Premier League team that needs a second goalkeeper and is actually quite reliable, I think it's Jan Sommer. But of course, would he want that? I don't think he would. But I've always said this, Seb, get Achura, the Mexican goalkeeper. You were linked to him 7 years ago. Go get him. He's still playing. He plays for Club America these days.
Yeah, we're linked with him under the Rodgers era.
Yeah, I remember during that World Cup as well, when he made those saves against Neymar and I think it was David Luiz. He made some stunning saves that night to make sure Brazil got a point.
Didn't he wear the number 8 shirt at one point for Granada or something in Spain?
Not sure actually.
Different player.
Who's sexier, Marco Rose or Pep Guardiola? Starting off with you, Adam.
Me.
Okay, yeah, Adam's sexiest. We settled the argument. Joe.
I can't say I look at them that way, Jamie.
Oh. Maybe it's just me there.
Oh,
Conor.
hold on.
No, he doesn't want to answer that.
That's
That's why the mic is switched off.
There's been a bit of...
I can't say I look at him that way.
I must admit.
No.
I
Sorry.
don't. That jacket doesn't suit Pep.
Sterling was just brought down the penalty area. I think that's what Adam was.
Yeah. I
The
don't think it is.
Referee just said straight away, goal kick.
Yeah.
Just watch it on the replay now. Took him down
Yeah.
by 25
Ball.
for Monchengladbach.
I think he got a touch on the ball, I think. Let's have a look.
Bensebaini, I think his name is
no.
Bensebaini.
Oh, Bensebaini. Yeah.
Bensebaini.
Can't say I rate the guy, but he always scores when he out of nowhere, and yet he's not. I don't really rate him.
He did get a touch on the ball, I
He
think.
did, yeah. It was just the way it looked from, further back. Initially, did look a bit of a...
The weird thing is about Bensebaini, he's supposed to be a defender sometimes, but he prefers to attack. I think he's playing on the left wing tonight, though.
Yeah, he is playing on the left.
I quite like the design of the new
Good
Champions
opportunity
League.
goal. Gabriel Jesus just couldn't bring the ball down in the penalty area. Couldn't bring it under control.
I've just seen the tackle from...
Oh! Score! Score! Man City take the lead.
Oh, damn it.
And it's a great cross into the box. Bernardo Silva with a header, and it goes into the bottom left-hand corner of the net, and it's a great goal by Man City. 1-0 to Manchester City. Great goal.
Yeah, it's just come through now. Bernardo Silva with the opening goal after 29 minutes. So,
Great cross in by Rodri, I think it was, from the left. It just found Bernardo Silva, who is once again a cross to one of the smallest players on the pitch for Manchester City, scoring a header after Raheem Sterling, of course, scored that header against Arsenal.
Well, that's my prediction out the window. Damn it!
Sorry, Jamie.
We'll play with pride now.
Well, good cross into the area. Nice header as well. Nice low header to make Sommer, who, even though if you have said he was a small goalkeeper, he wasn't very quick getting down to the ground to stave that. He was quite away from the ball.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a good goal. I've just seen it now. The cross is immense. But Conor, they conceded just because they were so pressured to get rid of the ball.
Yeah, in a way, and maybe City caught them out trying to play the offside, because as soon as the Borussia do clear that ball out, they have been pushing out as well, and it looks as though they've just been caught out with Bernardo Silva timing his run to perfection and just running in behind to get that header in. A deserved lead, I think, for City as well, given how much they've been pushing as well over the past opening half an hour of the game. So, yeah, good football by City.
Monchengladbach has been playing a lot of football like, in the National League, the way they're playing, they're playing structure like that. They're playing almost like two banks, or it's whether it's like two banks of four. It looks like two banks. Like they're playing two like 4-4-2, classic 4-4-2 almost, and it's not working because Man City are just piling on top and piling on top. They need to switch the formation and come out and press. Whether they'll do that now, I'm not sure, but they should be able to switch it, and it's just not working. Their formation style. They should know by coming against Man City that if you're coming from Man City, you need to attack and press them and put them under pressure.
But is that the problem right now, folks, where it doesn't matter what you come up with against City, they're going to be better than you?
Yeah.
That's just how it feels, isn't it?
Pressure. Yeah. If it's like with Liverpool, when Liverpool play them, they put them under pressure, and that's generally the way you win against Manchester City, in my opinion. So if you don't come and put them under pressure, you're going to get beat by them. So.
Except when we didn't the other week.
Well, he's actually.
Yeah, except when he didn't the other week. Yeah.
And we got beat.
Yeah, but if you get what I mean.
That's his first goal of the Champions League this season for Bernardo Silva.
Should we get party poppers?
The party. You got your first goal. Here's a party bus for you. Well, the money Man City have, that's probably cheap as chips.
Well.
Yeah, he's got no assists either. He's played 380 minutes, but he's not done anything yet. He is a good player though, Bernardo Silva. When he shows up, he's one of the best players in that team.
Yeah.
Sorry, I think it was Cancelo that delivered the ball into the area for Bernardo Silva.
What a player he's been.
Yeah.
Cancelo, wow.
After Adam was criticising him.
After I was criticising him. Yeah.
Didn't they get him from Juve?
Oh, I mean, I'm not criticising him being in the midfield. It's just the fact that if they put him under pressure coming back, he will crumble because he's not used to being in midfield for the defensive side of midfield. But you've got to go up and come back and go up and come back in the middle.
Surprised City fans haven't come up with a song. You know, instead of gold, it's a goal for Bernardo.
Oh dear.
Go for Bernardo.
Yeah, Jamie, as much as we like to give praise to Gundogan and Foden, Bernardo Silva has actually been quite influential for City in the spell as well. According to I think a Squawker Football on Twitter.
Oh yeah.
They said Bernardo Silva has been directly involved in 5 goals in the last 6 games for Manchester City, 3 assists and 2 goals. All 5 goal involvements have come away from home. So, just
he just doesn't like the empty hat.
A good player for when City are on the road, for certain.
Yeah, he prefers the bus. So maybe Adam's right. He needs a party bus when going on the road. Adam, I really hope you're not the entertainment.
And your entertainment this evening is Adam Davies from Manchester.
No, Adam, the machine, Davies.
Oh,
lads, I'll be right back. I forgot to get some blackcurrant. I'll be right back. It's all down to you lot. No pressure.
Oh
tell
yeah.
you what, that Jamie Davies, he's a right piece of work, isn't he? Yeah, so unprofessional.
Should we switch him off? Can we switch him off?
Don't think we can.
Oh, damn. I mean, let's not switch him off.
Joe, what do you think of the game so far? I haven't heard much from you on this chat about the game itself.
Yeah, City have been controlling the tempo for the most part, haven't they, to be honest? Great goal by Bernardo Silva, ball in from Cancelo, header across the face of goal into the far corner. Beautiful finish. They look the most menacing. Gladbach haven't really done much, have they, on the counter? I think they've had 1 or 2 opportunities, but I don't think they've even got a shot on goal yet. Because every time they get towards the Manchester City box. Manchester City regroup and defend and get the ball clear. At the moment, Gladbach have got a free kick right in their own half, about in line with the box. But yeah, Manchester City look easy on the money at the moment for the win.
I mean, it could be two. It could be 3 or 4, 3, 5 or 6. I reckon. At the end of the, we could have a cricket score. I reckon. Bring De Bruyne on. He could put about 5 in this game. De Bruyne will absolutely dominate this. Not that I'm a De Bruyne fan or anything.
It kind of shows how good City are right now, Adam. The fact that they can have Kevin De Bruyne on the bench against Monchengladbach and still play as dominant as what they have been in the opening 35 minutes of the game.
It just goes to show how, especially with Aguero as well, not even needing him this season. I mean, I was thinking, like, who are they going to get in for replacement for, like, Aguero? Are they going to try and bring in Dybala in the January window? Because he's obviously not going to be coming back anytime soon.
Well, January's already gone, mate. So I don't think we'll be bringing him in January.
That's what I was thinking in the January window. I was trying to think of replacements for him, so I wasn't thinking he's going to be coming back anytime soon in the January window. So I was thinking it would Dybala be.
Hopefully this isn't more.
Yeah.
Hopefully this isn't more injury problems for England, because Kyle Walker is currently down on the pitch. Of course, Jordan Henderson got injured over the weekend. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to be out for the remainder of the season and potentially missing the European Championships as well. But
Kyle Walker's a Glock. We all know Kyle Walker's a Glock. He'll get back up in a minute.
I'm not a fan of Kyle Walker.
I mean, just look at him.
And
He's just like a brick.
The other game in the Champions League still 0-0 between Atalanta, and Real Madrid, and Tottenham winning by 4-0 earlier in the day to advance to the next stage of the Europa League. So at the moment, it looks as though all the England teams will be winning in Europe this evening.
What did I miss?
Not much.
5 goals, Jamie.
Oh, fuck's sake. I saw 3 of them. I'm seeing here Kyle Walker's injured.
Yeah, he's okay. I think it's just a bit of cramp or pulled twig something or something.
Of course, the talks of the Euros might actually have fans in after all, especially with England against Czech Republic on July 22nd. Of course, we'll see that, this is if it all goes to plan, this whole thing of restrictions being lifted, all of it come July 21st. So it was, June 21st. What am I saying? I don't want it to be a month later.
For that, Jamie?
I had tickets for the last 16, and UEFA back in January started doing emails out to, I'd imagine, everyone that bought tickets, and they were offering refunds, but they were saying they were doing it in waves. So like if you miss the first wave of refunding, there'll be another one later on in the year. But I was literally just like, nah, I'll keep my tickets because you just never know.
Yeah.
So if restrictions, if fans can go into the stadium, because my match won't be till the end of June, then I should be okay.
Oh, can I have a shot just over the bar?
From City?
Just literally managed to get it, almost like tweaked it through the defender's legs, just bobbled right for him, and it went straight over the bar, right down. So I don't think he even expected it to come straight back to him. And he took that risk, took that shot, and it went straight over the bar. But well, good on him for trying. Still 1-0.
So they did it in waves, Jamie. So they went, "Woo, come get your refund, woo."
It was Cancelo again. Cancelo's having a great game in this one. Off his right foot, a nice little 1-2 with Gabriel Jesus in the build-up, and he just took a shot just outside the area. But
I don't think he expected it though, did he, Conor? Because it sort of went through his legs.
I don't think he was expecting to have that much space, given how Monchengladbach have been pressing anyone that comes into towards that 16-yard box, anyone that comes anywhere near, any City player that comes near with the ball, they've been straight away pressing. But he was about 2 or 3 yards away from the semicircle just before it, and he had that opportunity, and you take it when you're 1-0 up at the moment. The way that City are playing, the opportunities that they're constantly getting, with the way that they've been passing the ball around beautifully in this game is, it's worth a crack. But I'm pretty certain he would prefer to have that one back and try and feed it through to, another player that could take a more cleaner shot on goal. And got another player down now. This time it's Gabriel Jesus, I think.
Yeah, he had a bit of a chop.
So plenty of good attacking football by City in this half.
They're no doubt favourites, aren't they, at the moment for this Champions League?
I think they're up there with, of course, PSG and Bayern Munich. Probably, even though Bayern Munich have been a bit shaky since their return from the Club World Cup. I think they picked up a draw and a loss in the league. Was that
yeah,
correct?
Against Bielefeld.
But then, as you mentioned, they kind of turned it around this week, so might be back to our usual programming when it comes to the German champions. So
I think
wait and see.
I think this is the thing with Bayern. I'm sure if City do go up against them in this tournament, that I'm sure Pep Guardiola knows. Yes, we could beat them, but they might turn up as well.
Good
and they've got
nice
goals.
Ball in, Phil Foden towards Sterling, cross it back towards Jesus. Just can't find him. I think it was either Jesus to Sterling or Sterling to Jesus inside the penalty area.
Sterling to Jesus.
What do you guys think about Aguero? Because obviously he's expected to leave this summer. Do they need to replace him? Because I've completely forgotten about him, to be honest.
I would find a replacement for him because
he's a classic centre forward, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the sort of player you miss. I mean, I know they haven't missed that much this season, but they're going to have to bring it back. Because at the moment, Jesus, I don't think Jesus is good enough.
Nice.
No, I don't.
Nice.
I don't rate him.
So they need somebody to put in there instead of Jesus for me. They need to find a replacement for Jesus. So do they put Kevin De Bruyne in Jesus and play him as out and out striker?
Yeah.
I wouldn't. I'd put him in his natural position. So I would find that out. I'd find a replacement for him. And to be honest, if it was me, I would try and get Dybala. I think Dybala is the natural replacement for Aguero. He is very much a similar type of player.
Are you sure they're not going to go for Erling Haaland, the one that everyone wants at the moment?
Or I would go for an English player.
Kane.
And I'd go for James Maddison.
Not a bad shout. Maddison's been a quality player in the last... Well, he's been great for Leicester over the last couple of seasons, no doubt about it. I mean, would he... I don't know. I couldn't see Maddison going anywhere this summer. But who knows?
Just the fact that, I mean, with Kane, you're going to be paying through the nose. And
yeah, it's a lot of money.
If you want to be a savvy team, I know Man City can just chuck money anywhere.
You don't rate Kane anyway, do you? From our
I
YouTube video from a few years ago. All four of us was there.
He'll score goals. He will score goals. But if you want to spend less and get goals, I'd go for the likes of Maddison or somebody from Leicester, because I think they've got a huge amount of talent in that squad, and you can't just pass that team by. You guys go looking at that squad.
Yeah. Well, just about a couple of minutes to go till half time. Monchengladbach 1-0 down to City thanks to Bernardo Silva. Nothing from Monchengladbach though, Joe.
No, nothing really. I was just saying to whilst you were gone to get your drink, I was saying to Conor and Adam that they've not really offered anything. I don't think they've had a shot on target. Well, I say that. No, don't have a shot on target.
Imagine if they scored now, Joe. They'd have heard you.
I thought he was going to have a pop then, but I think he just got his cross wrong. But no, they've never really had an opportunity, really. They had that one break where it got stuffed out as soon as the ball went into the City box. As regards to Aguero, obviously, as I say, form is temporary, class is permanent. He's a world-class forward still, even though he's getting on injuries. He's had a few injuries as well. I think City will replace him in the summer, and I think Haaland will be on their list. They've been linked with Lautaro Martinez as well in the past, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him, them having a look at him as well. But I think they'll definitely sign a forward to replace him in the summer. Where Aguero ends up, I'm not sure.
Looks as though South America.
Or back in South America.
Yeah.
He did say, didn't he, a few years ago that he'd go back to, was it Independiente, was it? That he was
Is that where he started?
Yeah.
I think so. He said he would go back to where he started anyway. Can't remember which club it was. So.
Didn't he say he'd go back as a coach / player?
Probably. Yeah, I think he did.
I mean, he's been away from home for a long time, hasn't he? So I can understand that. If you've just tuned in, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport.
Now.
Oh, half time. We just need 4 more to reach 370. So half time, Adam confirms with his. Where's your whistle, Adam?
Oh, I've got one actually. Can we to blow it?
Blow it! Not too loud.
No.
Connor's prepared for this. It is half time, and here comes Adam to confirm it with the whistle. He's just not been prepared. He's meant to be the ref. Come on.
That's my coaching whistle, that was.
I didn't hear it.
Oh, you didn't hear it?
No, do it again. Here we go. Get ready, Joe.
His microphone's
His
on
microphone's
mute,
off. Oh, dear. Do you have to try again, Adam? Your microphone was off. I can't even hear it. It's so bad. Have you got vocals, mate? Oh dear. That's Adam Davies. So half time. Borussia Monchengladbach 0, Man City 1, but Man City deserved leaders so far in this game. As mentioned before, it was Bernardo Silva who scored with a header, and that gets them the away goal, even though it's not at Monchengladbach's ground of Borussia Park. But Joe, it's normal business, isn't it, for Man City? I think Monchengladbach defensively have been trying to challenge them, but look, if you're going to keep playing from your own half throughout 90 minutes against probably the best team in the world right now, you're not really going to get the results you're hoping for.
No, obviously, like you said, they try to be defensively solid, Monchengladbach, but eventually a team like Manchester City, with the quality that they've got, are going to break you down, and they did that. Beautiful ball in by Cancelo as he cut in from the left onto his right foot, whipped the ball in. Bernardo Silva goes in at the far post and heads the ball across into the far corner there. You haven't really seen much of Monchengladbach in an attacking sense. I think there was literally one opportunity of note where they broke down the right-hand side ball into the box, but it got snuffed out straight away by the City defence and cleared away. And pretty much it's just been City penning Monchengladbach in. The furthest they get is the halfway line, and it's just another City attack again. And if that continues for the second half, and it's not looking good for Monchengladbach, and City will look like they're going to get maybe 2 or 3 goals in this game.
I was going to say, Conor, I guess, as Joe just mentioned, if they can get a few more away goals, it just settles the nerves, doesn't it, for their home tie. And, City have known in the past for slipping up in Champions League knockout stages when it's theirs to win. So I'm sure with Pep, it's just to get a few more goals and really bury the game before they go back into England.
Yeah, and you said those slip-ups, usually those are in the latter stages, and in all due respect to Monchengladbach against better opponents in the latter stages of the competition as well, City have been quite consistent getting to the knockout stages. I think this is their 8th season now in the knockout stages of the Champions League.
Yeah.
It's just getting to that final. They've only got to the semi-final once, and they've never been to the final itself. So it's getting over those hurdles later on in the competition. But I think Guardiola will be content with half-time being 1-0. But if it ends just being 1-0, I don't think he'll be too pleased, because City have had quite a few opportunities to break even further ahead. We had the early chances in the game from Foden, a nice low-driven shot which was saved, I think, by Sommer. Sterling had an opportunity as well, and Cancelo later on in the half from outside the area. So City have had those opportunities to try and extend their lead. They've just not managed to test Sommer as much as I imagine Pep Guardiola would have wanted him to be tested. So I imagine City will come out in the second half a bit more aggressive in the final third to try and get some more shots away. I think they've only had I'm not too sure how many they've had in the first half, but not as many as what possession would expect them to have. 61% possession, only 4 shots and only 2 of them on target. It's not really productive enough for the amount of possession that they're having to only have that many shots on target, only 2 in the opening half, given how dominant they've been with possession as well.
But I guess, Adam, when you're in the knockout stages of any tournament, on paper you're up against a team that you should beat, but this is why maybe the stats that Conor just mentioned is why it is a little tough.
Yeah. I mean, from the stage, you don't
Joe
want to
Stanley, that's £2 off his balance. Go on.
I mean, from being in the Champions League at the moment, you don't want to be like pushing and getting people injured at the moment. I would be half tempted if I was Pep now. You've got players who are coming back from injury. So wait, come out, tell them to go high press, absolute hammer it home, keep pressing them. Don't give them any room, dictate the play. Don't get that absolute press and press and press. Go absolute overload. And then when you hit the 60th minute, you make your first change, which would be bring on De Bruyne. You bring on De Bruyne, take off a midfielder. You probably take off whoever's tiring at the time. I don't know who's tiring at the time. I can't predict who's tiring at the time. We'll see who's tiring at the time at 60th minute. You bring him off, probably send him into the corner flag, do your little jog off, clap to the fans, the seats. Give them
they are dressed as seats tonight, yeah.
Yeah, they are dressed as seats tonight. Give them a bit of a clap.
Done that at the Etihad as well.
And then come off, and then play on, and then I bring Aguero on later on. Bring him on, and I would bring him on for give him a set time to come on for Jesus.
As much as I said that City should be looking to try and get another goal in the second half, I think the bigger thing for Guardiola tonight will be walking away from this game with a clean sheet. I think if they're able to keep it 0 for Gladbach, then it'll be a decent result, no matter how many goals they score. But
I think that De Bruyne brings balance, and I think if you bring De Bruyne on later on, he'll naturally give you that defensive balance. Either way, I mean, you could even bring on Fernandinho if you wanted to, because he'll give you defensive balance.
Yeah, I guess with De Bruyne though, you're determined to go.
Balance. I think they've been quite good defensively. As Joe said, Gladbach haven't really made the opportunities that they've had in the final third, or even managed to
non-existent, haven't they?
for that long in the final third either. They've had opportunities, as the BT Sport coverage shown a few highlights of it right now, actually, of them pushing through. But ultimately, City have been able to press immediately and to close it down immediately, no matter how far away they are from the ball. And it's been great defensively. So I don't think any real defensive changes will be needed, besides maybe just to make sure there's no fatigue later on in the week.
Yeah, but I'm not saying it's like.
They've got a big game at the weekend. They've got a big game against West Ham at the weekend.
Away from home as well.
They're playing very well.
I'm not saying bring De Bruyne off for a.
And that's why I think. And that's why I think we might not. Given how well City played in the first half, barring a few extra efforts in the final third, just to add a bit more to the lead, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see Kevin De Bruyne tonight. I wouldn't be surprised if by the 70th minute, if City are 2-3-0 up, we don't.
Why play? Yeah.
I'm not saying bring De Bruyne on, even if they're 1-0 up. I'd bring one for 1-0 up, to be honest, because I don't think that much Gladbach are good enough to beat this Man City team.
No. They've been very unpredictable, I will say that now, Adam. They've had games like this where they're 1 or 2-0 down against even the best in their league, and they turn around. I'm not saying that's what we should expect tonight, of course, but you just never know. Or it could take a half-time team talk from Marco Rose and maybe even put someone like Marcus Thuram on.
Unless their structure turns around and just literally changes like that in the second half, and they change formation and make two substitutions for the second half, then I can't see the scoreline changing.
We'll find out, of course. But Joe, it's an interesting one in the other game. Atalanta 0, Real Madrid 0. Atalanta are down to 10 men at half time with Freyer, I think that's how you pronounce it, I'm not sure, who's gone off already, which does not help. But of course, Joe, Atalanta, I'm sure they saw what Real Madrid's progress was like in the group stages, which was the same group as Monchengladbach, and of course you saw Atalanta with Liverpool in that group. But surely they can look at Real Madrid as a chance to beat them, because Real Madrid are not exactly the team we normally see.
Yeah, Monchengladbach. Oh, sorry, I got them on the brain. Atalanta, we were surprised me a bit in our group, because I was expecting Ajax to finish second in the group. Obviously, as a Liverpool fan, I expected Liverpool to finish first. Not that I'm arrogant at all. It's just that you expect your team to do well, and I expect us to be top of the group, especially with the way that we performed previous years in the Champions League. But I expected Ajax to come second and Atalanta to drop down to the Europa League. It was actually the other way around, and I'd never really seen much of Atalanta before until we played them in the group stages, and I was having a look at the other games, the groups, and we're very, very good, and they play great football on the counter-attack. I think they're probably better away from home, from looking at remembering the group results off the top of my head. When we played them in Liverpool played them in Bergamo, we ended up winning 5-0. Fantastic performance by Liverpool. But then when it comes to Anfield a couple of weeks later, they were fantastic on the counter-attack at Anfield. They got the game plan spot on, and they come away from Anfield with a 2-0 win, which was something that I didn't expect. They got results away to Ajax as well, I believe, and I think they might have drew to Midtjylland away. But they're a great side of the counter-attack, and with Real Madrid not performing that well, I know they're down to 10 men, Atalanta, but if they can get a draw out this one or nick a win, then they're value for money in the second leg, because really the important thing is not conceding, because I can see them scoring away from home at the Bernabeu, and if they can do that, then they've got a very good chance of knocking Madrid out of the Champions League. And I don't think Madrid have been that good this season in all competitions at all, and Zidane probably could be gone in the summer.
We talked about previously. We talked about City defensively. Sky Sports Stato on Twitter have just tweeted a great stat about them defensively away from home. They faced the fewest amount of shots away from home in the Champions League this season. So the list goes as in fourth place Inter Milan with 26. In third place with 25 is Atalanta. In second place is Real Madrid with 23. So obviously Manchester City are at the top of the list with the fewest shots faced. How many shots do you think they have faced?
17.
2.
I just do random questions.
Adam is actually not that far off. They've actually only faced 6 away shots in the Champions League. So, as much as we might criticise Borussia Monchengladbach for not pushing hard enough against City to try and get into this game, I think it's a fair to say that City have proven their quality throughout the Champions League so far this season, and have once again proven it in this first half that they've got an absolutely tremendous defense that has been constantly adapting and working well to the situation. We've seen John Stones step up. We've seen Cancelo step up this evening. He's looking great, and he's been playing decent football. So there's a lot of players in this City team now that are fighting for few spots, and I think that's an advantage that Guardiola's got, especially when we think about, can City go on to win the quadruple? the squad depth is there for that to be possible. And there's not many English teams in the past that we've been able to say, yeah, they've got the squad depth to go on and do this quadruple. I think the City team has definitely got the quality to go on to do it. It's just whether or not they can get, as we've said already quite a few times, can they get over that final hurdle in the Champions League and win in Europe, win the top prizes in Europe?
There's some scores going on in England as well tonight, not just in Europe. Let's quickly have a look. Actually, no, before we mention that, Tottenham did play their second leg tonight in the Europa League, which they were winning 4-1 after the first leg, and they won 4-0 tonight, so they won overall 8-1 against RZ Pellets. So Jose Mourinho is the man for Tottenham Hotspur. What a manager. Scottish Premiership has ended, St Mirren 0, Motherwell 0. That means Rangers' title is pretty much going to still happen, I think, Joe. Not that there's any effect. How many points do they need? 7.
7 points.
Can I ask, has Gareth Bale actually scored a goal in the Premier League for Tottenham yet?
Yeah, Brighton at home, I think.
Yeah. Was that a tap-in, though? He scored tonight. He actually scored their
tonight?
Yeah, he scored tonight.
Oh.
He scored their third goal tonight in the 73rd minute.
So he hasn't just been playing golf all the time.
Wow. It could be his twin brother.
Second half about to begin.
It could be his twin brother. Actually, here's the scoreline for you. In the Women's European qualifying today, Italy 12.
We just restarted
Israel. Italy 12. Italy 12. Israel 0. In the Championship, there was a few results earlier. Barnsley 2, Stoke City 0. Brentford 3, Sheffield Wednesday 0. Swansea City 1, Coventry City 1. 0, what am I saying? Blackburn Rovers 2-1 down to Watford at the moment. AFC Bournemouth are 2-0 down at home to Cardiff City. Of course, Bournemouth having a lot of problems going on with management there. Preston North End 0, Queen's Park Rangers 0 after 60 minutes. So, as Adam and Conor said, the game is back underway.
I've got a question. It's a bit of a random one, but what's your favourite Champions League ball design?
Ball Don't think I've got one.
I can't remember. I can't remember.
You know what? I'll tell you
all
what.
I remember is just the stars.
I was going to say, Joe, here's a safe one. The one with the stars. Or the Champions League 99 final one, because it was just a Nike tick.
I remember we had, I quite like the Istanbul one, 2005. I like the one that they played in the group stages, the blue one from 2019. I like this year's as well, the silver design. It's quite a nice design, but I wouldn't pay 30 quid for it like Sports Direct to charge you.
30 quid?
30 quid. I had a look, I was like...
Yeah, footballs are, again, expensive.
It's just a full thing that will pop eventually.
Unless you get a Sondico.
No, I just get training balls.
To be fair, I've got a mitre...
Then again, I just get my kit man to get mine.
I've got a mitre ball in my wardrobe, that's where I store it, and I got it for free a couple of years ago. 442 magazine did it, like, if you subscribe to their magazine, you got a free gift and it's a football.
That's cool.
I remember that.
The subscription, I think it was like something like 10 quid for 6 months or something like that. And I did my research, and the football itself was worth 20 quid in Argos. So I was like, because it popped up in Argos but not Sports Direct. So I was like, you know what, might as well just subscribe for 6 months. Even if the magazine I'd turn out not to like it, I've got a football that's worth 20 quid for the price of 10.
Yeah.
I remember when Screwfix gave away a football, and I went in there to get it, and he went, we got that football. And they went to get it. He went, yeah, do you want anything else? I went, nah, thanks. I'm just fucking up. Just waiting for the free football.
You rebel.
Should have gone, yeah, I'll have a pack of screws, and then when he went in the back, I just walked off.
What minute are you guys on?
47.
48 minutes coming up to now.
Oh, I'm on 47 as well.
Yeah, 47-32.
Oh, I'm on 47-6. I'm way behind. Typical, isn't it? We can send something to Mars, but we can't get our streams at the right time.
Exactly, yeah.
Of course, Joe, horrible news last night about Tiger Woods.
Oh,
I think that's the end of his career. From And what's really weird is 2 days ago he was interviewed about making sure he was fit for the Masters in April. And but obviously that's not going to happen now.
Yeah.
I swear it was his ex-wife getting revenge.
See, this is the thing. I kept thinking that as well. For when he hit a tree.
Well, I wondered whether, obviously, because I said to my mum and dad when I heard about news, said straight away the press are going to jump on the fact that he's had 2 accidents previous. First one when he had that row with his wife and she found out that he'd been having the affairs with the 15 different women, and he crashed in the tree outside his house. The other one, he got pulled over by the police.
Drink driving.
For being on the medications and stuff, wasn't it, that he was on?
Yeah, he looked. Did you see the police photos? He looked rough.
I watched a documentary on Tiger the other week. It was like 2.5 hours long, so it was split in 2 parts. And I watched it over a couple of days, not on one day, about his career. It was on Sky Documentaries, and they were talking about that then. And it took you up to 2019 when he won the Masters. So it was just it ended with him winning the Masters.
Just charge into the box and wins a corner for Manchester City.
But
oh no, goal kick.
I thought the press are going to jump on the fact that he got previous accidents, and then when I saw the state of the car and heard that he'd got leg injuries and was in surgery, I thought that's got to be his career over. And then this morning they're saying that he something about, what was the medical term? Something to do with chambers, I think it was. So he's I asked my dad, who's works in medical profession, what it meant. Basically, he had areas of his legs were starved of blood or something for a spell. So that's not a promising thing either. So
no, he's in critical condition from what I was reading.
So it's not good. It's not good. I do wish him a speedy recovery. But
I think
that's his career gone.
I mean, I mean, his comeback was ridiculous when he won the Masters in 2019. The fact that if he was somehow going to play golf again, this is an even bigger task. And I always think mentally, would you even be up for it? He came back. He won the Masters, which in my eyes was one of the greatest comebacks in sport, probably one of the greatest moments in sport. And I just think he's done that, hasn't he? Now he doesn't have to pressure himself and put his body through it again. If there was any hope from his doctor to say you could play golf again, he's done it. He's won 15 majors. It's crazy. No one will ever be like Tiger Woods. He dominated for a very long time.
I find it amazing that he won the US Open with a fractured leg. He fractured his leg.
Yeah.
Whilst playing.
2008.
Actually, when he does it, his ball was on the pathway and he stands on there, and you can actually hear the snap of his leg as he hits the ball.
Oh.
You actually, because it was like a fracture just below the knee, and you actually heard the crack, and then obviously he winced, and he still went on through the pain barrier and won that tournament, which was amazing. But he's always said that he can't be considered the best unless he beats Jack Nicklaus's record of, is it 17 majors?
Yeah, I just think though, like, it's different eras. It's different eras, but I always think with Jack Nicklaus the golf was so different. But it's like that in everything, isn't it? It's like that with Schumacher and Hamilton and other sports when it comes to the most of anything, especially majors right now in tennis.
I think if Hamilton gets an 8th title, you can definitely say he's the better driver because he had more wins as well. Grand Prix wins. But obviously, me, I'm not really up on the F1. But
I mean, to me, I always say the greatest of their time, not of all time. It's you should never compare.
I used to be a massive WRC fan. World Rally Championships.
Oh, World Rally.
I lost
Subaru on like they used to be, mate.
When Subaru went out of business, I just fell out of love a little bit.
That tackle there.
They're back in it these days.
Fingers a foul in the centre of the park. Bit of poor challenge, really. Didn't need to make it.
I've got a Subaru hat somewhere.
Have you?
Yeah, with Pet Solberg's signature on it.
Are you lads expecting to be at a pub together on June 22nd to watch England, or do you think the restrictions won't actually go by then?
Well, I'm not going to be going to a pub to watch it, but I'll probably be doing coaching. Well, it depends. Oh, Manchester City! Oh, that was Who was that? Was that Raheem Sterling? If that was Raheem Sterling, he needs taken off. I'm sorry, but that should have been finished.
He's so known for missing sitters, isn't he?
He ran into the box. He seemed like he took too many touches, and
it wasn't Sterling. It was Gabriel Jesus.
Was Gabriel Jesus? Well, I was saying, who was I saying it to? I was saying it to everybody before the break. The Gabriel Jesus was the weak link in the attacking lineup, and it just to take that many touches, you just don't need to.
It should have been touch, bang, not touch.
Yeah.
Oh, I've lost it.
I mean, when you see the ball, you see it in this replay here. He gets into the box, one, bang, hit it there. But they allowed the defender.
Monchengladbach had a really nice opportunity then to try and equalise. They hit it straight away on the counter attack from that play. Passed into the area though by, I think it was, I'm not too sure who it was, because these numbers on this broadcast, they're not clear to see at all. But it was a bit of a missed opportunity, because they might not get that many more opportunities throughout this rest of this game to try and get an equaliser. And it's just showing the replay as well of Guardiola not too pleased with Gabriel Jesus for that missed opportunity, because that could have been an opportunity for City to gain some momentum and try and put this game to bed, really.
Christian Rufer showing his colours for Borussia, as he's put in the comments. He's put the good old black heart emoji, white heart emoji and green heart emoji. Thumbs up as well and waves. Hello Christian, hope you're well. Do you think Gladbach could turn it around tonight? They've done it against bigger teams in the last few weeks. Could they do it against Man City? Fingers crossed, eh? Fingers crossed.
I personally, I can't see it. I think Man City are too much of they're all over me here. I think
it was Elvedi with the shot in the end.
I think at the moment, I think Man City are just too much of a better team.
My stream keeps pausing, so I'm way behind.
To jump back to the lockdown question, Jamie, on the 21st of June, I won't be watching it in the pub. I'll probably be watching it at home if I'm not working. Hopefully I'll be off work to watch it. But I think, personally, I don't know whether the restrictions will be fully lifted by then. I'm optimistic, because I need to be optimistic, but I don't know.
I can't see it happening.
Jamie wants someone to go to the pub with. That's what I thought.
Yeah, you guys ditching me. I can't, to be honest though. I think the pubs and all that will be open, but I don't think all the restrictions will be gone by then.
Oh no, it'd be the same as before. You need to have a significant meal to have.
Yeah, and it'll be like Christmas when you think we were gonna have those 4 days of no restrictions, wasn't it, or something like that. But they obviously cancelled that because the numbers weren't good.
I'm hoping we're out of it by August, so we can have full stadiums next season. And I can return back to Anfield. And
I think that's more realistic. I think we will have fans in next season anyway, because they're going to have it for the last round of the Prem, aren't they? Fans in the stadium.
Well, they said they might not do because of sporting integrity.
They better have fans.
What do they mean by that?
Because I think it's Fulham and Newcastle playing each other on the last day, and they said those two could be in a relegation scrap, and they said there'd only be Fulham fans in the stadium, so it's not fair that Newcastle don't have fans with them, and some other clubs have complained about it apparently, so they're discussing whether to just not bother at all. But then at the same time, I'm thinking that's not fair
That's not fair on the fans though, surely.
On the fans, yeah, that's right.
But I'll say this now about these teams.
You got to put safety first, though, guys. I mean, as much as it's going to be great to see fans back, I'd rather everyone be able to go to the game safely than risk having spikes because you want fans to watch football games near the end of the season. So
there's a chance here. Oh, just nipped off the foot of Bernardo Silva, I think.
But they're clearly happy to have fans back in if it's safe by then. And if they only have a certain amount of numbers, and I can't be doing with all these clubs complaining about all the integrity and all that. They could piss right off, play better football. I'm sorry, but Newcastle have no excuses where they are at the moment. It's terrible football to watch.
I find it interesting as well that there's none of this null and void talk like there was last year.
No.
I'm not going to get into this null and void because it's happened in the National League North and South.
What did you think of that, Adam? I take it that was probably the right move.
Personally, if they were doing it, I'd like to see it across all 3 leagues. I'd like to see them all come together as one. So I wasn't happy with the National League carrying on, but I'm happy with National League North stopping.
Tonight's the night where non-league becomes one.
So it's just the fact that it seems a bit odd that all the other non-league ones should stop and that one National League should carry on.
It was when they they cancelled the North and South for like a month or something like that, and then they were looking at ways of bringing it back. I'm thinking, well, how are you going to squeeze all these fixtures in between now and? Well, let's be honest. National League normally ends by the end of April. It's not even in May, but I'm sure they would have squeezed it in for May.
See,
but let's be realistic.
It, and they were asking people to vote on these things, so they never gave them a realistic voting time. So you couldn't ask them to vote on it and do the fixtures in the same time.
So another good opportunity for Monchengladbach to try and break through. They're feeding the ball into the penalty, a nice passing into the penalty area in the second half, but just that missing that connection in the passing. I think it was.
Get Marcus Thuram on.
Yeah, they nearly got Plea.
Need a bit of firepower up front.
Did he bag a couple against Inter Plea?
I think I'd look to start to warm up the player now. Maybe warm up.
Get the heater.
Get the joiner on. Bring him on for maybe Cancelo. Even though he's played fantastically well, I really like the way he's played. Probably one of my man of match contenders. I would look at trying to balance out the midfield. Maybe put Cancelo into defence, possibly, and bring one of the defenders from the defence and bring him out. But that would be getting a bit of disruption, so I'll probably bring Joiner off Cancelo. Joiner on for Cancelo, sorry.
I thought you sounded like Ollie then when you said fantastic.
Fantastic game tonight.
It was good goal by the boys. It's maybe last week when we talked about social media. He goes, the numpties online. It's just the way he says numpties makes me laugh. It's like the numpties. He seems like a good bloke, Ollie.
Well, yeah, he's very. I think he's done very well in front of the press. When you compare him to Van Gaal and Mourinho, anyway.
Oh, Mourinho just makes me laugh.
Break on for Monchengladbach as they break forward.
Go on, Butcher.
Zakaria played into the box. Shot on. Oh, just gone past.
Oh, Joe, you've bloody well stirred it up, you prick. I thought you said goal just before Adam saw it, and then Adam was building it up. Yeah, pricks.
I set him up, you knock him down.
Still 1-0 City.
Oh, it was a lovely back heel, that was by Plea. The ball was flicked in. Wasn't far off, Jamie, it wasn't far off. Addison scrambling across his goal.
I think Addison had it covered, but it was a beautiful creativity there from the forward.
Just under half an hour to go. Could just do finding an away goal
Lazaro,
here.
is it? Thuram and Lazaro coming on now, Jamie.
Oh yes, Thuram finally.
Thuram and Lazaro on, but I can't see who's come off. Plea's come off, Thuram's come on. I'll just see who the second sub is. And it's Lainer, is it? Stefan Lainer?
Oh, Lainer, yeah.
Lozano on.
But
Yeah.
I noticed that break came down the side of Cancelo, so maybe Cancelo might be getting a bit tired.
Of course, a couple of fresh legs for Monchengladbach might help them here.
Yeah, they brought a couple of fresh legs on now, haven't they?
Yeah.
"100% electrics" is the billboard. Is that what they're trying to describe the match, or is it just advertising their new Nissan car?
I have ordered that away shirt, but it hasn't arrived yet.
The black one.
Well,
Is
the
it?
net you'll be
Yeah.
getting a season ticket soon, won't you? Head it back in and score! Is it offside? Is it offside though? No, it's not. Is it?
Who scored?
Man City scored second goal.
Oh,
Jesus
no.
goal. It looked initially to be offside, but nice little cross into the box, played back into Jesus, and he slotted it into the net. Man City 2, Monchengladbach 0.
Cancelo again. Cancelo with a beautiful cross. Found again. Bernardo Silva near the back post, except instead of going for goal this time, Bernardo Silva headed it straight across the 6-yard box, and Gabriel Jesus just got a nice little tap onto it. I think that's his 16th goal now in the Champions League for City. So, yeah, great stuff for City tonight. Finally gotten that second goal, and it'll be interesting to see if they push on now or if they just look to seal things up at the back, because, you know, as City have just extended their lead, Monchengladbach have been testing City throughout the second half, and they've come close a couple of times, as we've seen with Plea, that nice little flick that just went a bit short. So
I think you guys are lying, because I haven't seen anything. Stop fibbing.
15 goals, sorry, in the Champions League, not 16.
I think that could be a tie over. 2 away goals, exactly what you'd want. Makes the trip worthwhile for City. Who knows,
Well,
they might
you
get
know
third.
that Monchengladbach have been known for scoring goals in the Champions League, even if they do lose. So they could see a goal from Monchengladbach later on. Even if they
I
do.
think from what I've seen is that there's just no spark, is there?
There's no drive from Munster.
Nah, I just don't understand why you'd approach a game like that against a team like this. Anyway,
Yeah.
I think you've got to give it a go, otherwise, what's the point?
Yeah.
I just don't understand some teams that you watch that invite teams like City. I get like the quality is not the same level, but we've seen upsets a lot before. Why can't it happen?
They should do with what the popular kids did with you, Jamie, and not invite them to the party.
Yeah. Unless it's Jamie Vardy.
I'm sorry, that was a low blow for me, seeing that the popular kids didn't invite you to parties. I don't know what happened at your school.
The what?
I said they should be like. I said that Monchengladbach should be like the popular kids at your school and not invite you to the party.
Oh, Jamie.
And I said I don't know what they were like at your school, so apologies, Jamie. That was a low blow.
To be honest, I don't even know what you're on about.
It was a poor pun. Because you said that Monchengladbach were inviting City on, and I was making a pun about not being invited to parties.
I think he's just taking a personal go at me there, Conor.
I think Jamie will watch it back later on.
You know,
and then he'll realise what it
I'm a good
means.
friend because I haven't taken the piss out of Conor's glasses or your Joe's, you know. Yeah, 4 eyes.
All the better to see people or watch the football with. I think the amount of people wearing glasses has actually gone up.
Not surprised, we all look at screens these days.
Zoom. Did you hear about that woman, that girl in America, who purposely locked herself out of lessons on Zoom? She got fed up. I was like, oh, that's brilliant.
I couldn't think of anything worse having school at home. I mean, I just could not concentrate. No chance.
2 maths questions and let's go on the Xbox.
Interesting substitution here for City. Sterling's coming off for Riyad Mahrez. I think that's a reflection of Guardiola thinking the game's done. And he's resting him up for the weekend.
Yeah, plus the fact Sterling just had a foul against him, so I think the referee might have said, one more like that and you're going in the book. So maybe...
He's not looking happy.
Yeah, Sterling's a bit agitated with Guardiola being taken off early. I'm not surprised either, because he'll probably would have wanted a goal, given that he's had a few opportunities this evening.
He's still going at it on the bench.
What do you guys think of Sterling? I think he's a great player, but he doesn't always have that finishing touch.
Yeah, he doesn't always have a great game.
Good player, Paul.
He's got better over recent years. But when he was at Liverpool, when he first started, I didn't think he was like the finished article. Once he's gone to Man City and had a few years of Pep, he started to get a little bit better.
I think Pep deserves a lot of credit for Sterling.
Yeah.
It's one of those typical stories, isn't it? You know you've got a good player there, it's just they need attention.
Yeah. I do think he's not got the best of attitudes there at times, but...
Oh, yeah.
It always annoyed me when the press mentioned that he had that gun tattoo on his leg, and I'm thinking, just leave him alone. You know,
yeah,
if that's what he wants to do, that's what he wants to do.
Maybe it was
I'm not too sure where these comments of Sterling not being a good goal scorer are coming up from, because from what I remember, he's been quite consistent in the Premier League in like high teams and goals and things like that.
He has
for the past 2 seasons.
But I've seen him.
He's got 9 goals so far this season as well, so he's been quite consistent, really. I think he's been a quality player for City.
I've seen him.
Probably one of the reasons
I've seen him for England fuck up though, and I remember at that World Cup he missed some sitters, and then in the game against Leon, the game against Leon he missed a sitter and they went out.
3 years ago.
Yeah, but the game against Leon last year in the Champions League, if he scored that sitter over, they would have won the whole thing. I think they would have won the whole Champions League if they won that game.
The only thing is, I would say I prefer Sterling to Mahrez.
Well, that's not hard.
I'm not a big fan of Mahrez. He's one that I wouldn't be that, you know.
Mahrez has got better at City, I think, especially this season.
Yeah, but he would be one I would look to offload to get one of the better players in. You know what I mean?
I don't think Sterling scored at a major tournament, has he, for England?
No, I think he has. Actually, no, maybe he hasn't. No, I don't think he has.
Because he didn't score at 2014 World Cup, but he didn't really play much, did he?
Well, no, that's a bit. That doesn't really count. That was.
Didn't score at the Euros. Failed at the Euros 2016.
Thing is, though, let's be honest. In all fairness, though, 2016, 2014, the whole squad was shit. So, any of them that did score, well done. You got nothing out of it.
Sturridge.
How we let Roy Hodgson be the manager for that long? I do not know.
Rooney only ever scored one World Cup goal. It was a tapping against Uruguay on the goal line.
Yeah, and he missed a header in that match as well. He hit the crossbar.
Oh yeah. I remember in 2010 World Cup he had an absolutely ape at the camera, didn't he? After he drew with Algeria 0-0.
Yeah, that was not clever.
What was it? He looked at the camera and shouted, "Thanks for effing supporting us" or something, wasn't it? And I was thinking, what?
Yeah, nice to see they're supporting us or something like that, and you could hear boos, I think.
And I'm sat there thinking, you were rubbish. We should have beaten the United States and we drew. Rob Green with the howler. We offered a little to nothing against Algeria, and then only just got past Slovenia, wasn't it, in the last?
Thanks to Jermaine Defoe.
I was on holiday for that. We went into like the club on holiday to watch it, me and my dad and stuff.
Yeah,
and then when they scored, I was in Burnham-on-Sea. I was on holiday at. And then we come home day before the last 16 game against Germany, and we got pummeled 4-1. That was embarrassing.
No, we didn't.
What have you guys? What have you guys thought about this game tonight? Because I think it's just as boring as last night.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the fact that Man City are all over, and it's just a friendly game for Man City, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
You got any questions in the
Yeah,
comments?
I don't think it's been a boring game. I think it's been quite a usual business from City, barring a few spells from Monchengladbach earlier in the first half to really test City's defence, but they've not really made the most of it. But I think they're bringing on Mbolo now, just to try and put more attacking pressure on.
Mbolo's a very good young talent. He's got a spark in him. He was great against Wolfsburg the other week.
Yeah, it's a bit of a different situation now for Gladbach because City have got 2 away goals, and we know how difficult it's been for teams to go to the Etihad and to try and score against City, and I'm certain Mönchengladbach got that in mind now in this last 15 minutes or so, because even though this is being played outside of Germany, there's still classed as a home leg for them, so they got to find a way just to recoup a little bit of the deficit before the away tie, because I don't think they'll go to the Etihad and score 2 away goals, so they need to get something tonight at the very least, just to try and give them a little bit of hope.
We said that about Tottenham, and then they got 3 or 4 away goals that night.
At the moment, Conor's predictions coming up. Trump's in it. 2-0 at the moment.
I said bloody 1-0, didn't I? Just going to delete that comment I put. Adam said 3-1, so did Joe.
Hang on. No. Neuhaus had a shot then, but deflects out for Mönchengladbach throw.
I think the game last night, not last night, the Arsenal City game on Sunday was a bit dull as well, from what I can remember.
I didn't watch it.
No, it was one of those that I stopped watching after half an hour. I was getting really bored.
I remember talking to you, Seb and Andy, after you'd finished your Inter Milan, AC Milan stream, talking to you on...
Oh, yeah.
I joined you because Andy shared the thing in the group and said, who wants to join for a chat? So I thought, go on then.
I'm intrigued by what Conor's got on his desktop, on his bedside table. He's got like... Oh, his mic's off. I can't hear him.
It might be a fan.
It's just the clock with a light. That's all.
Was there something that you've got that wakes you up, that it's kind of tries to make sure you do get up, or something like that?
Oh, Man City are on a break. Oh,
I'm trying to remember what it was. Or was it somebody else who had these blinds that made sure you got up? I can't remember.
It's not Seb, was it?
No, not Seb. Come on, Gladbach, get a goal back.
He owns cheese with holes in it, just Seb.
That's the Swiss.
And Mahrez is in. No, he's not. His touch is poor.
That's what I was just commenting on.
Do you think this could be Gabriel Jesus' last season? I mean, I know he's been getting goals, but we know he's not exactly...
I think it's Mahrez' last season. Surely. You've got to get rid of him or something.
I just don't rate him. I know he gets goals, don't get me wrong, and he does score quite a bit now and again, but I don't know, maybe he will keep him. I just don't think...
One of the reasons why City have been linked to like sort of Mbappe and Haaland is because of Gabriel Jesus' inconsistency. But Mahrez, for me, he's been fine. He's been quality.
Yeah, Mahrez has been great this
price
season.
tag, so I don't understand why Adam would want to get rid of him.
I just don't like him. I don't rate
I
him.
think
First
this
touch is poor. It's just these. When you're in the Premier League, you expect your first touch to be bang on.
Yeah, but Lukaku's wasn't great, and he still scored goals for fun.
Yeah, but if you're a Man
Phil
City
Foden
player,
almost had a chance there to... Oh no, it's Gundogan, sorry. He almost had a chance there to add a third to City's tally. Oh no, it was Phil Foden that took the final shot. Gundogan had the header across to him.
Rumour has it Lukaku's first touch is still floating in space.
I think Zlatan has still got a bet with him.
I don't understand
hasn't
all
he?
these really harsh comments tonight. I don't understand them.
Oh no, I rate Mahrez. I think Mahrez has had a good season, but who's it I was going to mention? Phil Foden, though. What a breathtaking player he is. I mean, surely. I mean, he's going to. He's going. He's going. He has, hasn't he? Yeah, exactly. You know, that's when you know you've got a very good player, especially at his age. But.
And I think you know that Tommy Doyle. I think
I've not seen. I've not. To be honest, I've not seen him.
Yeah, he's one for the future. He'll get.
But
I mean,
if you're
Tommy
Southgate,
Doyle.
do you start Foden at the Euros?
Depends on the game, I think.
There's so many options.
Yeah. I mean, I would love to see Grealish go to the Euros.
He's got to go. Yeah, he will go. He will go. Won't worry about that.
I'd love to see. Obviously, I'd take most of Leicester's squad to the Euros, to be honest.
Representing England, Leicester.
Well,
You're Danish.
Well, Vardy's
you're
a
Danish.
bit.
Nope.
Well, Vardy's a bit hit and miss, isn't it? Because I don't think he wants to play for England again, does he?
Doesn't he? Well,
I'm sure he's resigned from it.
I'll certainly take Madison. You know, that'd be a sure. I'd take it.
Yeah, Madsen is a great player.
He'd have to go.
His interviews have been fun to watch. Oh, Guerrero's come on. I didn't notice. I didn't see that.
Yeah, Guerrero's come on.
Oh, he's coming
Oh
on
yeah,
now.
I didn't report that. Sorry.
Yeah,
Him and Kramer are coming on
C.
now, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember a couple of years ago when I can't remember if it was Talk Sport, I can't remember. Someone was doing like a radio phone in and they were talking about the Scotland squad stuff. And one bloke goes, I'd call up Anthony Niemi, he's been playing in Scotland for years, and the reporter goes to him, you can't, he's finished. He goes, he's not finished, he's 27. No, he plays for the Finnish national team.
That's funny.
And the other person on the phone goes, what do you mean he's plays for the Finnish national team? He goes, he might be playing for Hearts, I think it was at the time, and he might have been here for a few years, but he's actually Finnish international.
Would you take Sancho to the Euros?
Oof. I'd imagine. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Will, yeah.
I know he's not. He's still had a good season, but some people are saying he's had a. Well, compared to last season, yeah, but the whole Dortmund team have been poor, so I think it's a bit harsh on him.
It's just that I didn't hear a lot of him at the beginning of the season, so I wasn't sure whether he was being played as much. So.
I really liked Bellingham, which Conor saw a bit of Bellingham when he was at Birmingham, but I think what he's done at Dortmund already, he's only been there half a season. He already acts like he's been part of that squad for ages, and he's only a kid. You know, Dortmund have done wonders with some of these young players. I think it's great to see. I think for any young English player right now, if Dortmund offer you a contract to get you game time, you take it because it's clearly working.
I think certain positions are nailed on for the England. You know, squad. Your goalkeepers are obvious. You can help.
Nick Pope for me.
Pope, Pickford, and Henderson, aren't you? They're year 3.
I have Henderson as the number 1 keeper.
Why Pickford? Why Pickford? Why should he even be in it?
I don't like Pickford, but he's going to get picked, isn't he? Because he seems to be just someone that the FA seems to pick, isn't it?
I think he's improved in recent weeks for Everton. He's really lived up to the pressure that Ancelotti's putting him under and stepped up to the plate.
And Duncan Ferguson, don't forget Duncan Ferguson.
I can see Everton
Loves screaming.
Duncan Ferguson's the passion on the sidelines, while Ancelotti's he's just a mastermind. He's so underappreciated, I think.
Oh yeah.
Oh, nice little flick by Man City. Man City are looking to break here.
Ferguson's an absolute psycho, isn't he?
Carlo's great.
No, well collected by the keeper. Well done.
I like Carlo
Nice slick move by
Ancelotti.
Man City.
Quality manager. Supposed to be a top bloke as well.
Yeah, I like Ancelotti. He's just what he did with that AC Milan team's enough for me. Let's not forget that Juventus team he had before he went to AC Milan. Oh, great team. Had Zidane, Conte, and Inzaghi. Had some good players.
You forget
in
that he managed Juve. Sorry, Jamie. You forget he managed Juve.
Yeah. He
says he just had a really nice run of play there. Mahrez near post, saved by Sommer, but a really good run of form. And I think just judging by Guardiola's reaction on the sideline there, I think he'll be He might be
Disappointed.
quite annoyed if they don't get a third tonight.
Yeah, I think they'll be annoyed if
Yeah.
they get a third.
I think with
Is
Pep,
those-
he wants to make sure, because the last few seasons will tell you that because they haven't taken all their chances, they've been knocked out.
No penalty given. No penalty given. Well, it could have been.
Just to go back to Ancelotti's Milan sides were unbelievable. They had some players. You had Cafu, Maldini, Nesta,
Crespo.
Oh wait, VAR
Crespo,
check for a penalty. We've got a
Kaká,
VAR check for a penalty
Pirlo.
here.
Inzaghi.
What's going on, Adam?
Dortmund could, sorry, not Dortmund. Borussia Monchengladbach could have a penalty.
Look,
Go
Conor,
on,
if you
Luke,
want to
then.
watch Dortmund, they're playing on the weekend.
It looks
As soon
like
as,
it could
as, soon
be,
as
you
my
know.
mind says Borussia, I think
Looking
Dortmund.
at the
I don't
replays,
think
looking at the
Gladbach,
replays.
unfortunately.
Looking at the replays here, it looks like it could be a penalty. It looks like an impediment of the player.
Penalty for who, Adam?
Mönchengladbach.
Borussia
Oh, go on, lads!
It
Yes!
Looks like it could very well be a penalty.
Yes! Yeah!
Looks like an infringement.
Let me get my dub song ready if they score.
It was Hofmann that went down in the area, taken down in the area there by Cancelo. Probably his only mistake of the game so far, Cancelo.
Yeah,
He's
it's a
had a
penalty.
brilliant
It's
game.
got to be a penalty.
Oh, Cancelo, what are you doing? It's not like him to make a mistake, as we all know. Great player. But that does give them hope, much of Gladbach. If they can, I think if they went a goal behind after this first leg, they'll take it.
They haven't
But
given it.
as Conor mentioned,
They haven't given it.
it's the
They
they
haven't
haven't.
given it. That's ridiculous.
Uh,
He's nowhere near the ball.
That's a shame. I have not seen. I'm only seeing it now, so.
It looks like an
I've seen them.
impediment to me.
I've seen them not given though. That's when I'm kind of
Yeah.
don't know really. I've seen them not given. I have to see the replay because I've only seen the
I
action.
tell you what though, let's talk about VAR a second. Like in Europe, it's done dead quick compared to the Premier League, which to me is positive. And 9 times out of 10, though,
That's not a.
with the decision.
That's not a penalty. He just fell over. Nah.
It's not the fact that he fell over. It's the fact that it could have been impeded.
Mm.
That was the fact. I think that's what they were trying to argue.
Nah, I don't think it is. I don't think I would have given it in real time, to be honest. I think I would have just said he fell over.
You know what tie I'd like to see in the next round? Manchester City against PSG.
Nah, I want to see City Liverpool.
Again.
Yeah. Liverpool love City in the Champions League. We all remember what happened last time. You battered them.
So
was-
Wolf is replacing the injured Wolf or Hofmann, is it?
But I know what you mean. I know what you mean, Joe. PSG City. But that wouldn't be a good. That wouldn't be a bad final either, would it?
Yeah, well, because City will be there.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I don't think I want to watch that.
Yeah, I remember a couple of years ago.
I
when
will.
we
I will
beat
have
them.
I'll have my ears closed and my eyes shut.
Oh, that was a bad foul.
That first leg was
But the
beautiful.
referee says no foul. That looked absolutely.
Jamie, that first leg a couple of years ago in the quarters was beautiful. Nobody expected us to beat them when we did. 3-0.
It was that Anfield game, wasn't it? That just completely tears them apart.
The foul.
Yeah,
Ooh,
Kyle
that-
Walker's down again.
That tackle on him was a bit
He looks
nasty.
to be okay.
How old is
But
Carl
it was a
Walker?
bit of a rough challenge. He's in his 30s now.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting decision by the referee not to give the free kick there, because it was clear that the player didn't get the ball and he took out the Kyle Walker. He took him out. So
I think he's not giving that one because he knew he should have given the other one as well. So he's got to be. The only thing is, if he's not giving challenges like that, and he's not giving challenges like the other one, how inconsistent are you going to be?
I've just seen a tweet from Richard Jolly. He said, this is about Kyle Walker, he said, the last time Kyle Walker played a Champions League game in a country that contested the 1938 World Cup final, he ended up in goal and kept a clean sheet.
Oh, Atalanta, wasn't it? When they played.
Now Man City getting a free kick this time.
Still goalless
I thought they
between
played
Atalanta.
I thought they played Atalanta at the San Siro.
Huh?
If Mahrez
City
does a good
last
free
season.
kick, I'll take it all back.
The City played Atalanta last season, didn't they? And Kai Walker went in goal.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
An opportunity here for City to try and get a third before the 90th minute. Mahrez on the free kick, just to the right outside the penalty area, about 10 yards.
Well, if they score that, it's dead and buried.
Gundogan's stepping over on the free kick as well now, so Mahrez and
It didn't get
over the
again.
ball.
Kai Gundogan.
Ball goes to the area. Sommer punches it away outside of his own 16-yard box. It goes out for a throw into Monchengladbach.
Probably about 4 minutes to go here.
Gundogan knows what it's like to play in a Champions
Get your
League
man of the
final.
matches ready, lads, when we ask at full time. Don't say them yet, but I'll be asking for your man of the match later on.
Man of the match, the referee.
VAR!
VAR.
You know what? The fans dressed as seats for somehow staying in their positions all this time.
I'm not moving the
Baggy
muscle.
tracksuit bottoms.
Not Connor's glasses.
There's not wrong
Which
with
one?
glasses.
Which one would you have, Adam? Joe's or Connor's?
Mine
Oh,
are Hugo Bosses, by the way. I don't know what brand yours are, Connor.
Oh, what brands is Connor's before
What
Adam
brand?
decides?
All
Cheap
depends
blue
on the
light
brand.
glasses. That's what they are.
Adam, I've heard of that brand.
I'll go. It's a hard one.
Come on, Adam. You got to pick.
That's what she said.
No, you've watched too much Michael Scott. You have.
I think for the one-liner there, Joe has it. Joe has it for the one-liner.
Oh, actually, no. Just as I say, it was goalless at Atalanta. Real Madrid have got a goal. 1-0. With 2 minutes to go, it's Mendy who scores. Which, that's a shame for
Shouldn't he be on the City
Atalanta.
bench?
That's a shame for Atalanta because they could have just avoided an away goal with minutes to go with 10 men. That's a shame.
To be fair, my glasses, I only got them because they had an offer on. In the summer when I got my eyes tested, Specsavers, it's like you buy one pair of designer glasses, you get a second pair free. So I thought, might as well just go for it.
See, I know
I know they're cheap. I'll go to Conor.
You see, I know Conor loves his Simpsons. I thought he'd have bought the glasses that Homer had for court.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Are they the really
Oh.
small ones that sit on the end of his nose or something? Or am I thinking of the wrong?
Oh,
What's
it's
that?
gone down.
Homer's glasses, the ones that sit on the end of his nose.
A Monchengladbach player down on the floor. That shot, absolutely. Oh, that's gotta hurt in the morning.
What time in the morning, Adam?
I don't know.
8.
Anytime. I think it could hurt in the evening. Oh, I think that might have even broken his foot.
Oh, that hit him on the back. Play a bit of tennis.
Ferran Torres' shot just hit him square on the foot.
Oh, yeah.
Back up on his feet though, so it looks like he's going to be able to finish off the game of the 2 minute or minute or so that's left. Another player's got cramp though. But
And
I
the
think
ref will have about
as much as City have missed opportunities tonight, I think they'll be pleased that they've managed to get the victory.
Especially
Well, it's exactly what they wanted, isn't it, Conor? To get the away goals.
The clean sheet as well is big.
Yeah.
with
for City
what's
too.
in effect
a good
an
result.
away. With what's in effect an away game. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
There's 2 away goals for them. So
Still, yeah, it still counts.
Is it Ginter that was down, was it? I didn't realise you were still at Monchengladbach.
See, I always think with Ginter, I keep thinking it's Chris Gunter. Just think it's a misprint.
Where's
some-
Chris Gunter nowadays? Because he was at Forest at one point, wasn't he, Connor?
I'm not too sure where he is now. It was Kramer that was down the cramp,
10
not
seconds left to
Ginter.
go.
Ah.
Oh, got a one on. What is it going to be? No, saved by the keeper.
Wasn't Ginter at Dortmund at one point? Or am I thinking of
And
his
that's
brother?
It's full time here. And that was the
Yeah, I
last
think
kick
he
of the
was.
game.
I think he was, Joe.
And it's finished Monchengladbach 0, Manchester City 2. Last kick of the game. We were saved from Ederson, and that is that.
Well, that is that, as Adam says. So that's 2 away goals for Man City. And, of course, it could have been a night with more goals, but they'll take that. I think Pep Guardiola deep down may look at it and think maybe there could have been more goals, but you can never always be perfect. Of course, there's always going to be motivation to play better regardless. But it's a good result for Man City, playing in a neutral venue. So both teams probably feeling a bit odd having to travel to Hungary for it as well. So poor Borussia Monchengladbach not really getting to play at Borussia Park in the Champions League knockout stage, which is not a thing that happens every season for a club like them. But it's the 2 goals, of course. Bernardo Silva opening the lead, and then Gabriel Jesus getting the second goal, and that's what ends it in the first leg. Conor, it's a normal win, isn't it, for Man City? But again, it's another win. It's another clean sheet, and that form continues despite playing against a team outside of England.
Yeah, routine win, routine. Despite the fact that they've had to travel to Budapest to play this game, is a routine win and a routine game for Manchester City. Just constant attacking barrage throughout the game. They might be disappointed a little bit that they've only managed to get 2, but it's still 2 with a clean sheet, so it's good form to take into the second leg. And I think City will have a lot of confidence going into that second leg as well, given how well they played tonight.
Absolutely. Adam, I think the problem is with a team like Mönchengladbach, if you don't really show up at all, even after the first half, and not really have at least a handful of chances, despite who your team is, you're going to have a long game.
Yeah, you are, and it's turned out to be the case here today. I mean, yes, you could say that Man City should have had more, but you've got to hand it to Man City. They've come in today and they've played enough the part. I mean, they've come in, they've controlled the game from start to finish, and Mönchengladbach's had what, 1 or 2 real chances, probably 2 real chances that probably troubled the keeper. I mean, what can you ask for? I mean, yes, you could argue that Man City probably had 3 chances that have really troubled their keeper, and 2 of them have gone in. But at the end of the day, they've had half chances, more so 5 or 6 half chances that should have possibly gone in. So at the end of the day, I think Man City has come in, they've controlled the play, controlled possession, played their game, and too much Gladbach just got drawn into it. Then they went back and tried to defend it, and they should have been pressing that forward, and they've got drawn into their game, and Man City just took them through a lesson today in football.
Joe, I think really for Mönchengladbach, if they did get a penalty at the end, they had found a goal, then it would have been a little bit nerve-wracking for Pep maybe going into the home leg, knowing that the pressure was on them more to get the result. But I think for Man City, their aim is to just get past that quarter-final stage, because it's just that one stage that they haven't been able to do under Pep. So, the motivation's clearly there, and they've got to use this momentum, because they are on the form of probably Pep's career at Man City, where this quadruple is very possible.
Yeah, and obviously, like you said, they've never got past the quarterfinals under Pep Guardiola, so it's important to get that hoodoo off the back. They seem to have done everything else under Guardiola at Manchester City for success in Europe, and that's the big thing, and that's why he was brought in, was to win them the Champions League. I think Mönchengladbach, if they had got that penalty and say they had scored it, obviously, let's speaking hypothetically here, I think that it would have been a great hope for the second leg. But now that they've gone in without scoring that goal, and City having those 2 away goals, it looks to me the tie's already over before the second leg, because on the basis tonight, Mönchengladbach weren't good enough and City controlled the game. I think it's important for City though in the second leg not to switch off, just keep dictating the play like they did in the first leg, and then hopefully they can continue that momentum that they've got from the league and this match. I should say the last 16, continue into the quarterfinals and see how far they can go in the competition.
And that's the thing, isn't it? As you say in the second leg, to be careful, because if Monchengladbach could get that early goal, that's an away goal to start off with.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously, away goals, the old cliche is that they count double. So City have got obviously the 2 away goals, but anything can happen in the Champions League. If Monchengladbach won and City become a bit rocky and heads drop defensively, then they could get a second and a third. Highly unlikely, I think, in my own personal opinion, but with football, anything's possible. And in the Champions League, we like to see a bit of magic, don't we?
Yeah, we certainly do. We certainly do. Okay, lads. Actually, before I ask for your man of the matches, so pencil them down if you haven't already. Just quickly go through the stats. So, I mean, in all fairness, actually, Man City had 4 on target with 2 of them finding the net. Monchengladbach only had the 1 on target, which, if you're only going to rely on 1 or 2 on target against a team like Man City, you better find the net. And they only had 1 attempt outside of goal. 3 total attempts from Man City outside of the target as well. So, actually, I think it was 9 attempts in total for Manchester City. In terms of block shots, it was 2 for Man City and 1 for Monchengladbach. No one hit the woodwork. There was only weirdly, there was only 1 corner in this game, which I don't think I've seen many matches with only the 1 corner. So that's I wonder if anyone put any bets on that, because I think the odds would have been pretty decent. Offsides, only the 2 against the 1 for Monchengladbach, and the possession nowhere near like the Brexit results. There's a majority in this one, 60% to 40% towards Manchester City. And I think that's all that really matters in terms of the stats. No bookings, no red cards. So it's been a very good friendly game between Monchengladbach and Manchester City. Adam, let's start off with you. Who was your man of the match and why?
Oh, well, I list quite a few, to be honest. But if it was me, just because I don't want to give it to Cancelo because he's obviously been in the highlights for quite a few weeks now. So I'm going to probably be giving it to Bernardo Silva because he's had an absolutely fantastic game today.
Yeah.
So I think personally for me, Bernardo Silva.
Joe Stanley, who are you going for?
It's an obvious choice, and Adam won't like me for picking him, but it was João Cancelo because he had a hand in both the goals. He was quite solid defensively, and I thought it was a bit of a menace going forward. So I'm going to go with Cancelo.
I'm not saying that he's had a bad game. I'm not saying he's had a bad game. I'm not saying that he's awful. I'm just saying it's just the fact that he's had so much good news in the press. I just want to be different.
Throw the attention away from Cancelo. Less pressure on him. Well said, Adam. So that's Cancelo and Bernardo Silva. Conor, any of them two, or are you going for someone completely different?
Well, I was going to say Cancelo as well because of his contributions in both attack and defence. You know, as Joe said, the 2 providers, shall we say, with the crosses for the goals and solid defensive performance as well. But I'm actually going to give some credit as well. Not my man of the match, but I just want to give some credit as well to Ruben Dias in the back in the defence for City today. He's just constantly been a great addition to the team. And in the summer, and he's just been solid throughout this run for City, and he's probably one of the main reasons why they've managed to go now 19 games unbeaten in all competitions, which is just a fantastic record. So
I guess as well with Diaz, you know, this whole thing with the port, it's just not been a problem, has it?
No, Ruben Diaz has just been great, and just overall the defence has been fantastic for City. Just some numbers on Cancelo tonight, just to further emphasise why he was such an important role this evening. 118 touches, 93% passing accuracy, 5 attempted take-ons, 4 successful take-ons, 2 interceptions and an assist as well. He's been fantastic. He was fantastic this evening, and he deserves man of the match.
I must ask Conor, what does take-ons mean?
Just running down the wings and being successful with challenging the defender approaching. So,
okay. Yeah. Got you. So he ran the ball. Very good. Go on then. Who's your man of the match?
Cancelo.
Oh, it is Cancelo. I must have missed that because you hypnotised me with Ruben Diaz. Okay, so that's Cancelo 2, Bernardo Silva 1, and I'm going to give man of the match to the fans who covered themselves up in seats in the Puskas Arena, and I'm sure Puskas himself Was disappointed not to see a good goal tonight. Well, no, I'm joking. There was a great goal tonight from Bernardo Silva, at least. But I guess really just one last thing, lads. Are City favourites to win the Champions League, do you think?
Yeah.
Adam says yes. What are you going for, Joe?
They're one of the favourites. I think Bayern Munich are still my favourite personally for the trophy, but Manchester City are probably close second.
I think from what I saw from PSG last week, away at Barca, which, okay, there's no fans, but still, against a team with Messi in it, PSG certainly put out a statement for a team that were only finalists a few months ago. Conor?
Yeah, I think City over there, the contenders alongside PSG and Bayern Munich. I think it's out of one of those three that's probably going to lift the trophy in June time, whenever the final takes place.
Got you. Just a quick summary of the Atalanta-Real Madrid game. Atalanta, after going down to 10 men in the first half, at home, they did not avoid an away goal from Real Madrid. It was on the 86th minute that Mendy had got the goal for Real Madrid. A vital away goal for when they go. I think they'll go to the Bernabeu. I don't know what the Italy and Spain restrictions are between the two countries. But it's been a good result there for Real Madrid. A tight one, but they got the goal at the end. But those two teams, we don't expect them to go too far in this Champions League from what our predictions are saying. Anyway, I think that comes to the end of our live watch along tonight. Conor Porter, I hope you enjoyed it. It was your debut tonight. How was it for you?
Yeah, it was all right. I'm still a bit tired, so probably
maybe it should be a
wasn't
weekend thing.
probably why I wasn't as talkative as some people might have expected me to be. But yeah, I've had a good time.
Have yourself a coffee, my friend, and enjoy your rest.
No, I'll go to bed.
Yeah, go to bed. Thanks to Conor Porter, Joe Stanley, and Adam Davies. As always, lads, thanks very much. And of course, do subscribe to Let's Talk Sport if you're still watching. Do give the stream a like, and we'll see you soon. I think our next live watch along will be at the weekend, probably Bundesliga. You'll find out on the YouTube channel. This is why you should subscribe. You'll find out on our events page. Thanks everyone, and we'll see you later. Good night.